I'm Vince. I'm a board passer psychologist. If you are planning to take the board exam for psychometricians this year, this video is perfect for you. We're going to give you a lot of free helpful tips on how to be the next board top-notcher. I interviewed Michael and he was joined third in the recently concluded board exam for psychologists. His success story was so amazing, you're gonna learn a lot from him. So watch this video. So Michael, obviously we had an interesting journey, sort of a roller coaster ride during the last board exam. I still remember those 2 grueling days when we were taking the exam. Everybody was anxious, you know, because it was a really challenging set of exams. I want to ask you about the moment that you knew about the result. You know, first you passed, and not just passed, but you were joined third.
The euphoria was so great that I really couldn't sleep. I was able to fall asleep around 2:30 in the morning at that time, but then woke up probably an hour after that, but not feeling tired at all. I was really the euphoria. I was there.
Magkakaroon na naman ng bagong batch. We have a new batch this year.
Yes.
And it's even at an earlier date now.
Yes.
July. So, what's your tip? What's your tip for this new aspiring psychometrician?
In my case, I think it was also the preparation that I set myself up already for the mindset that I will have to take the boards. In psychometricians, this is really, in the sense, this is some sort of a career choice. In a sense, you have to really commit yourself into this field, into the profession of being a psychometrician. You really have to prepare. You really have to check on your own reference materials at times, and then keeping yourself updated. It's important really to be with a community of psychometricians or psychologists. So if you still have ties with schoolmates or with your home department, it's one of the great resources to go through. And the great thing, of course, being in a workroom that is secluded from people is the fact that we can actually freely talk inside. So that really helped at least.
What do you think is the importance of actually taking an effective review program?
It helps a lot because the boards, after all, does not actually discriminate for regardless of whatever school you came from. At least in the sense, you need some preparations because you really have no idea what items you're going to end up with. So it really pays to actually go to a review center that gives you a more or less comprehensive the coverage in terms of what topics can be discussed.
More specifically, what would be the couple of the advantages one would get if you can get a good review program?
Well, you can get from, of course, the review program is, of course, to review certain topics that you might not have been able to cover in your regular schooling, because after all, each college has its own program or rhythm, so you have no idea, because that's one of the things that a review program can do for you. The experience, of course, of taking a test, and of course the feedback. Also, of course, very important also is the feedback. One of our former psychometricians, unfortunately, didn't do too well because one of the reviewers that they had in there from school apparently didn't give a feedback. They gave the mock test, but then the focus should not just be this, in the sense your score, but really why this answer is wrong or right. Sometimes that's going to be important in terms of the feedback. That's important also to know. Especially in the case of assessment, it's really quite challenging. Generally, from my own observations, really was the most difficult, at least part of the exam. Especially since most of our undergraduate assessment classes are generally focused on constructing the own psychological test or practicing it, rather than focus more on the theoretical aspects. So it's really great to actually have looking at the different reference materials.
I think a very effective review program, if it's really effective, if it's complete and comprehensive and clear, I think that would be a great help in preparation for something like this. The board exam is really challenging, and preparation really is very important. So thank you very much, Michael. I think people are gonna learn a lot from your insights. Just subscribe to our website and you will get a lot more free videos, free materials, free tips on how to be the next board top-notcher.